In North America, it aired on October 7th of 2014. And that became the second most watched premiere in the history of CW. But The Vampire Diaries won up to that a few years before. Oh, come on.
You guys still got me?
Yep.
Perfect.
Cool.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I think we got it.
All right, I said that before and you guys didn't respond, so I was like, oh, dang it.
Oh.
But we're talking about TV shows today, right?
Oh, wait, we got to turn the volume down because that was really loud. It's going to feed back in the mic.
Yeah.
Now talk? Okay. Yeah,
Hello.
that's good. Yeah, we're talking about TV shows today.
Nice.
We're talking about The Flash.
The Flash.
Dude,
yeah.
you remember when you said there was a bee, like, outside your window, like, smacking the window?
Yeah.
That happened to me this morning. I
Oh,
heard it, and I looked out the
Dude.
window because I thought somebody was, like, throwing mud at the window, but it was just a bee bouncing back and forth. I was like, what the heck? I was a little weirded out, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah. Dude, just want to come inside. Hang out with
Just
you.
wanted to chill.
I mean, the blinds were closed. I don't know why he was doing that, but...
You knew you were in there. You wanted a friend.
Right.
Exactly.
He's relentless.
Hand sanitizer. Stuff's a lifesaver.
You know,
love
I
the taste
used
of
to
that.
call it sand sanitizer because I couldn't speak properly or something.
Wow.
I used to call it Hanitizer.
Sanitizer.
For the longest time, I could not say granola. I
Granola.
would say, I would say, what did I say? It was like granola.
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 Dude, my
It was
nephew
amazing.
for the longest time would say, well, he mispronounced a lot of things. For fidget spinner, he'd say finopino.
Oh,
And then for Fig Newton, he'd say fukin. And then for fork, he'd say, well, I'm sure you can guess that one.
Nice.
nice, dude.
It was really funny.
I called it them spidget finners, but that was on purpose. So,
Fidget spinners.
yeah.
That's funny.
Spidget finners. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yup.
Anyway, let's get
Anywho,
this started, shall we?
we shall.
Let's.
Let's get down to business.
Let it
To defeat the
Hans,
Huns.
boy.
right. The Huns, dude. They're
Feisty people.
wait. Oh, right, Mulan.
Yeah.
I didn't
Isn't there
get
a
that.
live action coming soon?
Yeah,
There
I'm not
is.
too happy about that.
Really?
It
They
looks
don't have
good.
Mushu or the Cricket.
Really?
Well, because it's more
And also, I
accurate
don't
to the
think they
original
had-
story.
But it's a real story.
Yeah. Well, not real, but there was an original story that Disney
yeah.
messed it up on the first time.
Dang,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like the cartoon better with Mushu. Mushu's the best.
Mushu's a mood.
You for real.
For
It's
real.
pretty great.
For real, dude. I feel him. He's travel size for convenience.
Wasn't he the same guy who did Donkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
That's
Eddie Murphy.
awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, he's had a lot of iconic sidekick roles. Like, lots. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, those might be the only two. But
Still.
he did great for them. Anyway, this episode we're talking about The Flash.
The Flash.
Why it is so much better than Supergirl. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Supergirl. That's not what we're talking about. But Supergirl was, they really cut down on the budget in that show.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
too much CGI for them to handle.
True.
Yeah, it was.
They had some interesting crossovers, but yeah.
Right. I think when Supergirl was in The Flash and in Arrow, that's when the CGI hit its peak.
Exactly.
And then,
Yeah.
like, their own show, it just bleh.
Yeah.
At least
Never
it's
worked
gotten worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're talking about the Flash. Not the old one.
Oh no.
Not the movie, not any of the cartoons. We're talking about the great CW TV show, The Flash, starring Grant Gustin.
The masterpiece that we all
Yeah.
grew to love.
Yes.
Up until
He
about the
is
fourth season.
Exactly.
Yeah, same. He's probably the best Flash so far that anybody has played.
Truth.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, Ezra Miller, he wasn't that good. He didn't do
Garbage.
too good at it because he was literally orphaned basically, and he had no friends.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It was weird. Yeah. Ezra Miller was the dude from Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah. The
Remember that?
Yeah. Like he's not a
yeah, yeah.
villain, but
Demon
he's
thing.
the melancholy guy.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Flash, if you don't know what it is, it's a TV show that came out in 2014. Its first pilot was in 2014,
That
I
long ago?
believe.
Seems like it was
Yeah.
just yesterday.
It was a really long time ago. Although he was first in the Arrow. He was first introduced in the Arrow.
Really.
As Barry Allen, and he was a crime scene investigator, you know, in
Exactly.
Arrow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's basically it. It's just kind of like introduced Barry Allen.
That's cool.
It didn't really go any further
It's
than
really cool.
that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how they introduced Batgirl or Batwoman. Did you ever see that?
No, I didn't.
They introduced
Nah,
her.
yeah.
I think it was in Supergirl. I think it was a crossover with the Flash and Supergirl, and then they introduced Batgirl, and now they have her own TV show.
Oh, that's weird.
Wow.
But okay, when they released it in 2014, in North America it aired on October 7th of 2014, and that became the second most watched premiere in the history of CW.
Wow.
Wow.
It's crazy.
But the Vampire Diaries won up to that a few years before.
Vampire
So
Diaries.
Yeah, the Vampire Diaries. They're still in the lead with the leading premiere.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, but oh wow, I'm pretty sure they're making a sixth season of The Flash pretty soon.
Yes.
Wow.
They just came out with the what's it called? The fifth season.
Yeah, that was pretty good. It was okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, what do you guys think about this show? I thought it was really good.
In my opinion, it was spectacular, and until they just started repeating themselves, it seemed like.
Right.
The first couple seasons, and it was new, unique. It was fresh. At least for me, I've never really seen a bunch of superhero movies, but this was fresh and new. There were new villains rather. Every single episode, and it was awesome. But then all of a sudden, it just started getting bland, and there was a bunch of drama that just wasn't needed.
Right.
And it just started getting a little bit bland. So then I stopped watching about the about the third season. Halfway
really?
through, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the one with Zoom?
No, that was the one with Savitar. I'm pretty certain.
was?
Oh yeah, then probably the fourth one because there was a guy named Zoom. I remember that.
Well, Zoom was
Wait.
the second one.
Oh no! Season 4 was DeVoe.
DeVoe
yeah,
was good.
yeah.
I liked that season.
Yeah, then I stopped at 3. I stopped at 3
Yeah,
then.
I stopped at 4.
I finished 5.
Dang.
Yeah.
You really trucked through that.
I did.
Season 5 got really boring to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just started getting repetitive, and all the add-on villains,
Right.
they got super repetitive. Like they ran out. They were scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking for new not super villains, for like side plot villains,
Yeah.
subplot villains, and they just got. I mean, I don't know. They weren't as good as acting as in the earlier seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So that, like, as the show went on, they were going through all the good actors that they had, actors and actresses that they had as subplots, and then they ran out. They ran out,
Wow.
I think.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, I don't know. But that's what I think I think that's what happened. Yeah, but they didn't get any better as the show went on.
Just got a little stale.
Yeah, right.
Or just the same thing that we've seen before.
Yeah.
Same
but
powers.
The CW is also known for doing crossovers between the superhero shows
And the movies, actually.
and the movies.
Yeah, they had Ezra Miller crossover into, I think it was an Arrow episode, but he met the Barry Allen from the TV shows. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So that was kind of hinting to the movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty neat. I didn't
Yeah.
know they did that. I haven't watched a whole lot of the Arrow.
Neither have I. Just saw that.
So when it was announced in 2013, in July, and it was announced that the Arrow co-creators, which is Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg, and there was the pilot director of Arrow, which was David Nutter, and then this other dude named Jeff Johns. They would develop this TV show, and it was based on The Flash, and that was first released in July of 2013. That those four would start developing the show, and that's when the public started getting all hyped up about it. You know.
Well,
awesome.
also a thing that captivated many audiences is that Barry's dad was actually the Flash from the original Flash movie. So
Yeah.
yeah, same act, same
Wow.
actor.
It wasn't the movie. It
Wasn't
was
the movie?
show.
The show. Okay.
They had an older show. They had an older show of the Flash, and Barry Allen in that one is Barry Allen's dad in the CW version.
Right.
And I
pretty sick.
did notice that because
Yeah.
before I watched this show, I watched a few episodes of the old one, and I was like, wow, this is old. And then I watched this show, and then I saw his dad, and I was like, holy crap.
It's the same
He's the
guy.
Flash. He's the old Flash. And then I think it was really cool how they brought him back as
Flash from Earth 3 or something like that.
right. Yeah, it was I forget his name. I forget what his name was.
Oh yeah, it was the guy who Zoom pretended to be, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't the guy that pretended to be Zoom. It was the
No, Zoom
dude
pretended
who
to
was
be him.
Zoom. It was Hunter
Oh yeah, Hunter
something,
yeah,
I don't
Zolomon?
know.
Zolomon? No, that's a different guy.
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, he was the Flash again in this show, and I think they wanted to do that for nostalgia more.
Right.
And they kind of made the costume seem a bit set back in years, so it would
Old
look-
American,
look
man.
yeah, kind of like older.
Mm-hmm.
Also, speaking of the costume designer for this show, her name is Colleen Atwood, and she also designed some costumes from Arrow. And so the first time they put on this the costume, the first time Grant Gustin put on the costume, it was like all leather, right?
You're right.
And so he wasn't able to bend his elbows or like joints at all. So they had to put like a stretchable material on the elbows and stuff, so he could move, because he moves a lot in the show, you know, when he's in
Yeah.
the suit, right? And so, they said, and so Atwood had said, this is a quote: "It's all about a costume that could sell speed. Grant Gustin was continually moving in the suit, so it had to be designed to make that all happen visually and functionally.
Right.
It initially took Gustin approximately 40 minutes to get into his costume, as the first cowl was prosthetic and had to be zipped and glued to his face.
Oh gosh.
This was cut down to
Dang.
This is cut down to approximately 15 minutes by episode 8, when designers were able to develop a new cowl that easily slid over Gustin's face and locked into place.
Wow.
Yeah. And she got replaced by season 2, I think, by Maya Manny. But Maya Manny replaced her by season 2, and Maya Manny kind of went with the original, and that's why they changed the emblem from yellow to white.
Oh,
because
right.
Manny wanted to stick to the original comics, like the actual comics where his emblem is white, and she didn't like that Colleen Atwood had made it yellow, and so she decided to, they decided to switch them out, and while Maya Manny was in that position, I think she still is.
Didn't know that.
She replaced it. Yeah. I don't know who, because there was a season 5 suit. I think they like refurbished it or something. They made something new to it. You know?
Right.
In the 5th season, I think it was. I don't know who did that. I'm not sure who did that, but they did pretty good, honestly. They looked really nice.
And so every time Cisco was like showing off the new suit, it was actually something that they had worked on that they were actually proud of. That's what I'm guessing.
And they had to add it to the script.
That's really cool.
They made, there was this one episode that I thought was pretty interesting where they took, like, Cisco crammed as much tech as he possibly could into this Flash suit, and it was like a super, like, he was like an Iron Man Flash basically, but he was going against,
and it made him a bubble.
He went against a metahuman who could control technology, and so it basically ultimately crippled him, and so they took away all that tech and they never used it again, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, they like had a self-destruct.
Yeah.
They had like a self-destruct feature in the suit.
Like inflatable features and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he said, "What if you fall in the water?" Oh man, that was fun. And then they had like a defibrillator in the suit.
Right.
And then they just kept it to heart sensors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the costume designing goes, I think the best one was Maya Manny, because I don't know, I liked the season 2 suit a lot better than season 1, and I think the majority of people can agree with me on that. Yeah. But anyway, so back to the developers. Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg and David Nutter and Jeff Johns. So they announced that they were gonna try to stick to the origin of Barry Allen as good as they could, and like how he produced. I mean, not how he got better in his skills as the Flash, and they also so Andrew Kreisberg. This is another quote. He said, "No sweatsuits or strange code names. He will be the Flash." And Jeff Johns also stated that he didn't want it to be like the old shows, to where it was just like the standard blurring around, you know. So they wanted to add some lightning to give it more of a modern feel and more of like, I don't know, but they wanted to add something rather than just him like blurring around, you know, because that's what they did in the old shows. Right. So they wanted to change that.
So they make the world look slow-mo around him as he's running, and
yeah, that too. And so they added the lightning too,
right?
To make it look better. But they also announced before they released the season. They said that he would appear in some Arrow episodes. Yeah. And that was going to introduce him into the CW world. So
that's pretty
great. He was going to be in 3 episodes of season 2, and they were all written by these people. It was written by Berlanti, Kreisberg, and Johns. David Nutter wasn't. I think he actually directed this. He might have. I don't know. But those 3 developers, they were the ones that created these 3 episodes, so they could, because they were the ones making this show, so they wanted to they wanted to introduce him as best as they thought that they could.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I think one of my favorite episodes from the entire show is the duet episode where Supergirl and Flash get thrown into this world of musicals, basically, where everything's in musical form, and they actually sang. It was crazy.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. Grant
danced.
Gustin was actually in Glee.
Right. That's right. I forgot about that.
So he already had a background in singing. I don't know about that other girl.
Yeah.
I don't even know her name.
Supergirl.
Supergirl, Cara Danvers. Cara Danvers.
Cara.
Yeah, I really loved that crossover. It was amazing, and it had the Romeo and Juliet
Right.
storylines. It was like West Side Story.
Yeah, it was kind of like West Side Story, but like New York gang instead of Italian.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't know too much about that crossover, but I do know that it was really good. I don't know who directed them or who came up with the idea.
No idea.
I really enjoyed those. I mean, I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Everybody that likes acting in musicals.
Right. So if you're not a nerd, this is a highly suggested episode, because if you're a musical theater nerd, then this is something you might actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
watch
definitely consider watching it. It doesn't have any like spoilers to the actual show.
No.
Shows, but it's just kind of like a fun crossover that they did.
Yeah.
That basically.
Was there an episode where they had a bunch of people cross over?
They've had a couple.
Yeah.
They have a lot of crossover episodes. Yeah. Any of you guys have anything on it?
I don't know. Like, as far as like development goes throughout the seasons, I thought season 1 was really good. Season 2 was amazing, how they added in all the time traveling and such. Down to went over to season 3, it started to become a little more same old sort of thing, because there's another speedster faster than Barry, kind of that concept again.
Yeah.
But I still loved it. And then the one with DeVoe, that was okay. Wasn't exactly my favorite. I still loved it though. But then when it got to season 5 with Cicada, it was, I don't know. You could tell that they had kind of reached the end of their ideas, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, another interesting fact. So, there was a dude, he wrote a few episodes for Arrow, and if you know what Ugly Betty is, he wrote some of that too. But anyway, his name is Gabriel Stanton, and he had been promoted to executive producer and showrunner. But it was only for the first season, and then Andrew Kreisberg eventually Andrew Kreisberg took his role in that, and they literally they said that Stanton was no longer credited as being involved with the show in May 17.
Why?
2017. So literally they completely forgot about him entirely. They took him out of the show entirely. Like, he had no credit for that show at all.
Yikes. Why?
It was, I have no idea.
Huh.
That's tough.
That would suck.
Yeah, it was pretty rough for him. Yeah. It was, as far as filming goes though, it was mostly season 1 was mostly filmed in Vancouver.
Vancouver, Washington, or Canada?
British Columbia.
British Columbia. Okay.
Okay.
And then additional filming, it was in Portland, Oregon.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that
How
actually.
close do you live to that?
Oh,
How
I
close
was
do you live
like
to that?
I was like 20 minutes away from there maybe.
Oh,
wow.
dang.
So it would yeah, like I would just have to take the freeway that was like right near my house, like 5 minutes away from my house, and then
Oh, that's
get there.
cool.
It was super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And the music. Do you guys know who the music guy was?
No.
Oh no.
No, he's not super big. He's not like Hans Zimmer. He's
Right.
very good though. His name is Blake Neely,
Blake Neely.
and he's the primary composer of this show.
Hang on, I'm looking him up right now. Yeah.
He's got, I don't know what all he's composed, but I know he's done a few things that are really good. The Flash is being one of them. He
Right.
did really good on The Flash.
He did Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a few episodes of he did a few episodes of Arrow when Barry Allen was in it. He also did the season 2 soundtrack for Arrow.
Right.
The CW really likes him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Whoa. They actually. Oh, that's pretty cool. The first season was a 2-disc soundtrack that was released on October 16th, and the second one they were released in CE. You can buy the soundtracks on CD. That's really cool.
That's cool.
Dang. Yeah.
That's really cool.
You can listen to them on Spotify too.
Yeah, you
I
can.
mean,
You can listen to everything on Spotify.
true that.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then the sound design was handled by Mark Camperell. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Mark
No idea.
Camperell. Yeah, but he's the one who made up the elements of thunder, electricity, jets, and fireballs, various custom whooshes and impacts
Nice.
for this show.
These
he
guys
said
gotta
that-
be huge money makers.
Yeah, for real. I mean, they must be making a lot of money. But Mark said that my approach for the sound of the Flash's abilities was to editorially treat him like a really aggressive, driven hot rod. This doesn't mean that I used car sounds for him, though. What I mean is that when thinking about how to edit his sounds, I thought about it like a car chase. That's
Makes
pretty cool.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually really cool. I just thought they I didn't even really pay attention to the sound design in this show. But now that I think about it, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, honestly.
And it's kind of crazy just how much music is in the show, though.
Yeah,
It's almost always playing.
Right.
for real. There is a
incredible.
lot of music in this show. That's basically all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you for gathering all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's all that I found that would be interesting to share. It's not a super long episode this time. It's not as long as the last one. We're not gonna keep talking just about movies and TV shows. We're gonna be talking about music and
Theater.
stuff like that. Yeah, theater.
Yeah.
We might talk about a few video games on some long way down the road, but probably
Yeah.
not anytime
Nice.
soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically it, honestly.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you think we'll do? What do you think some suggestions are? If you have any suggestions for what we should talk about, you can contact us.
Yeah, please do.
We're on Instagram. Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, we're actually gonna. So before I said we're not gonna be posting a whole lot on YouTube, but we decided to start posting the podcast episodes on YouTube in audio format. So that we just have stuff on our YouTube channel rather than nothing at all. So we're going to start doing that. We might post a few videos that don't relate to the podcast. I mean, they will relate to the podcast, but we might very little bit. We might release some videos on our YouTube channel that's not the podcast. But other than that, the YouTube channel is mainly just for the podcast.